Same thing with the A's. I hope we get to talk about the A's today because that's one of those where it seemed semi-serious in the beginning for about a week, and then ever since just been it's been gold for me because it's all been very funny, a mixture of kind of comedy and tragedy, which is my sweet spot, the yin and yang of connecting dots and talking to sources and putting things together. I'm a big fan of calling out BS, and
Mhm.
that's pretty much what the whole debacle has been. So it's been right in my sweet spot. You
Mhm.
got the Las Vegas Review Journal, they do straight reporting. Other outlets kind of do just straight reporting, and they pretty much just repeat what they're told. But I
Mhm.
can say things they can't. I can talk to people that they don't. So that it's like that's what I bring to the table is because I'm kind of independent of all these companies. I can give my straightforward observations. Whereas for them, if they burn somebody or say something negative, they lose access. So if you're, the sports guy at the Las Vegas Review Journal, you can't say the ballpark is not happening
Yeah.
because you lose access to the team, you lose access to the companies involved. You just but I don't need access to those specific people. I have sources of my own. So long
Well,
answer to a short question, which is what I'm known for. Long answers to a short question.
well, that's great for the pod. Well, recently I saw you've been tweeting that you're pegging the odds at 90%. If they start playing in Sacramento next year, do you think it's 90% chance they actually stay there? So from what you're hearing, is the deal in Vegas pretty much kaput at this point, or what are you
Yeah,
hearing?
yeah. I mean, I think anything's possible, but the odds were before Sacramento. The odds were like 60-40. Now I think it's 90. There's a 90% chance Vegas falls through, and they stay in Sacramento. To be honest, I don't even think we get to the construction phase in Vegas because it's like it's a house of cards. Part of it was the tax money that I think we are all in agreement that the owner of the A's has no interest in putting any of his own money into this project. So then you got to figure out who's going to pay for it.
Mhm.
So in Sacramento, they got this minor league baseball owner who I think owns maybe a basketball team too.
He owns the Kings,
Uh,
yeah, the Sacramento Kings, yeah.
yes, thank you. Well, I am a
Yeah.
noted sports expert. So anyway, that's my disclaimers. Like, I don't really know. I don't know who these people are, other than that I hear about them from people who actually know. Sometimes in the room, sometimes very familiar with the room, sometimes a different room, but same set of people. So I think that he's a friend of the owner of the A's. I think they have a kind of a long-standing relationship. That's how they end up in Sacramento. I don't think they're charging the impression I get is they're not charging the team for playing there for 3 years, which is a
Mhm.
really good deal, but it's not a charity. So they're doing it for a reason. And I think what they went to Utah. Utah saw the opportunity. I think Sacramento saw the opportunity, and the opportunity is based on that Bally's Corp, the company that operates everything above the ground at the
Mhm.
Tropicana site, is just does not have any fight. There's no way for them to contribute to the financing of a ballpark or to build a resort. So, but what you do have in Sacramento is the site that I think is where they're going to play is right next to the Hard Rock Casino. So the Seminoles have money to burn. I've heard that they have offered to help build the ballpark. Who knows? It might be a naming rights thing as well. But I think there's really competent people with actual the ability to finance something in Sacramento where that does not exist here. Um, so that's my take, and that's the take of the people I talk to. Is once they're in Sacramento, I think they will be very enthusiastic for Major League Baseball, and I'm not sure that's the case in Vegas anymore with this team.
Mhm.
It's kind of that momentum, that enthusiasm that you have to
Mhm.
sell 30,000 seats per game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist in Vegas anymore. The market isn't big enough. The TV market isn't big enough. I mean, you guys know these layers. I'm
Mhm.
literally acting like an expert when I'm talking to actual people that do a podcast about sports. But that TV deal, it's key in Sacramento.
Mhm.
Again, the A's ownership, they don't want to put any money into this process, and they don't want to lose money in this process. So you keep the TV deal. Vegas it's a small market. So these whimsical ticket sales numbers based on nothing, that's not going to help. And it's just never going to come to fruition. You're going to lose Bally's Corp as a partner, probably for the best, because they seem out of touch with reality. You've got the owner of the land, but the owner of the land is not building a ballpark or a resort. So now you've got potentially an empty lot for sale where they probably will build a resort, but I don't think there's going to be a ballpark on that site. I think down the road, if there's an expansion team discussion or
Mhm.
another team we might be able to get, it'll be on the Rios site, but that's many, many years down the road. But I don't think this project gets past. They might have a groundbreaking, but there's no room to think there's any financing for a ballpark or a resort at this point. So I'm calling them the Sacramento A's until I hear otherwise. I guess they aren't even officially going to call them the Sacramento A's, but that's how I'm referring
They're
to them.
just the A's. Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
A's.
just the A's.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
don't
don't want
know.
to, Scott, I don't want to put down your maybe obsession with the casinos too much. I think if they stay in Sacramento, that casino is like 37, 40 minutes north of the city. I think that they'll build downtown. That's what they always do nowadays is they build these baseball stadiums downtown. So I don't know about that, but
Well, I
um
shared a picture of the location, so check my
yeah.
Twitter account, and it is not in Sacramento proper, but if you don't think that a casino offering to pay for most or all of the ballpark is a reason to go there, why would Koval care if people have to drive a half? Who cares? They're
Uh,
going to build them a ballpark. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's like the Yuba City. That'll be the Yuba City A's. That's like the closest town up there, I think. Yeah. Yeah.